Hello. All right. It's Monday night, and I've been spending all of Sunday and today thinking about and trying to figure out what to do about this grand finale, my February UFO, the Dresden plate block. I'm going to get to that in just a second. First, I wanted to share with you. Remember, I'm doing the Kim Deal Simple Whatnots Mystery Project, where she goes and tells you what page to go on in this book, and you do that part that week. And in the end, in 6 weeks, I'm going to have a special bonus project from this book. So this week was doing hourglass blocks. So I got that done this weekend and attached just those sides. And then along with that, we had the week before, we made these turn dashes. So how we're going to use those, I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. Anyway, I'm really liking this bonus project. I love this miniature stuff. So speaking of miniature, look in this pattern for the grand finale. If you recall, I had said the pattern here says that you have to have this tool, and it doesn't give you any help. If you don't buy the tool, you don't get any measurements. I know that the corner block here is 4.5 inches because it tells you to cut a block 4.5 inches for the background, from the background. But it says for making the fans for the second border, follow the instructions inside the Easy Dresden package. Cut 22-inch wedges from various green, teal, orange, and gold fabrics. Following the instructions inside the Easy Dresden package, make the wedges. Following the instructions inside the Easy Dresden package, stitch 5 wedges to form a fan. Repeat 3 times. So, appliquing the fans on the cornerstones, following the instructions inside of the Easy Dresden package, cut quarter circle of fans and apply quarter circles in place. So that part of the Dresden plate is also not only the little pointy things, but the circle is also, I have to have the tool. And following the instructions inside the Easy Dresden package, applique each completed fan onto the 4.5-inch cream plaid cornerstone blocks. All right, as you know, I do not have the Easy Dresden package. So I've been trying to figure out what to do. First of all, I checked the measurements for making, well, I cut out 4 strips of this for the borders here. Now this fabric is lined. All right, you see this here. If I cut these 4.5 strips out of this fabric, I won't have enough. I would not have enough to make a border the full length. I would have to piece it. And in the picture, you can see they pieced it here and it doesn't quite line up. Well, the fabric was cockeyed, so the printing on this does not go like straight across the fabric. So as it is, this border fabric, the lines are going to be going not straight down. And I didn't have enough. And then if I had to piece this, it's going to look even worse because there's no way. I don't have enough fabric to piece that together for the lines to match. So I decided I had some I had less than a 4.5 inch strip, so I decided to try piecing a 4.5 inch strip together. But that looks terrible. It looks terrible. So, and I couldn't cover it up with the Dresden plate. Some of it would show, as you will see. There's going to be something it would have shown here. So I decided on the panel, I had to cut some of it off up at the top of here, quite a bit. So I decided to use that fabric for these cornerstone blocks. Next, I looked up on charmedbyashley.com, and that site is still up and it's active. So I would recommend going to charmedbyashley.com. She had a free template for Dresden plate. So I downloaded it and I cut out the one that said for 2 inches because the pattern said 2 inch. So I did the 2 inch one. Well, when I did 2 inches and sewed them together and everything, they were too small. If you see, there's only 5 fans that fit on there, right? Well, my 5 fans did not take up anywhere near that space. This is what I ended up, I had to add more little fans to this. So I just kept adding until I saw that I'd be able to get around here and have enough fans, right? And then the circle. My brain is not mathematical. This was crazy. I just couldn't figure out the circle. So I was like, you know, measuring paper, putting that on here, but always there would be something that was sticking out that I had to do, you know, like yo-yoing, you know, like this with the circle. And then once I got it made, I tried it and I was like, no, it's not sticking out. I was like, so then I went on a walk and it said about quarter circle. So I thought, maybe if I do it like this, just, I did this angle here and then just made a circle like, you know, like that. That seemed to work. So this was like my this was my template with scrap, figuring it out. But in the meantime, I had already cut out these circles. So I'm going to have to process these into my scrap bin somehow. It's going to be scraps. More scraps. Anyway, I wanted to show you this. So then I made this half circle and I just like, I sewed the fans on. Here's where I was sewing the fans on, this straight line on the back. And then I made the circle and put that on the front there so that it would cover the ends of the fan, but also cover these edges here. And then I used a buttonhole stitch to put that down, and then I used a buttonhole stitch up here. So it goes over the edges. So then I just trimmed it down then to 4.5 inches. I like it. I think it'll work out fine. So those, I just have to do the final. I'll trim this one, but I wanted to show you before I trimmed it my process for how I was doing this. So this is my cornerstone. Let's go. This is my cornerstone, and this is the pattern's cornerstone. I think it'll work. I like it. Yep, that's gonna work. So the next thing I gotta do is the half square triangles for the borders, 144 of them. So that will be my next that would be my next thing. I did get the first border on this, which is this brown fabric. The cuts were crooked on the fabric in this kit, so I'm not sure. I'm hoping I'll have enough for what I'm doing, but if I mean, I shopped in my stash for this and some of these to add to it, so that's all I'll do. Is if I have to, I will shop in my stash for more of the 2.5-inch strips to do the quarter half square triangles. So anyway, I wanted to give you an update on how grand finale my February UFO is going. Always hit some bumps in the road, huh? Oh, wouldn't that? Oh, that's pretty cool. All right. Anyway, have a great week. I will give you more updates as things happen.